What's up, good world? It's me again, back, and I want to have a conversation with you about something that I, was already thinking about having a conversation about, but I wanted to make a video so that way, it gets out there. So I want to, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Maddie, the Poison Report. He has a YouTube channel, and I saw he used one of the Ape songs as his intro. And Maddie, once my computer gets fixed, man, I promise I got you. Just right now, I need to I need to get another hard drive so that way I can transfer my files, and that way I can, format it correctly. It's all technical stuff. Then I will be making you a song Poison Report. I got you. All right. But I went on his video that he tagged me in, and he showed me the intro. But I watched the entire video he had, which was reviewing the Am I Racist, movie with Matt Walsh. First of all, let me just say, Matt Walsh is fucking hilarious. You gotta really check it out, especially if you have an open mind. You're not, limiting yourself, because you live in this land called America where you don't have to limit yourself. And so I'm looking at, I saw some bits and pieces of it, and then Matt Walsh walks into a room, and he's talking to a lot of people about what's going on, and they were like, yeah, we already know you're Matt Walsh. And then he's like, well, damn, I need a better disguise. And then he came out dressing like a straight liberal media MSNBC motherfucker. It was so fucking funny. I laughed, because the reason why I laughed is because, I'm not gonna lie, man, I was one of those people that fell for whatever CNN, MSNBC, AB. I fell for their bullshit. And what I've noticed is a lot of people, aren't admitting that. They're not admitting that they fell for it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I have no problem admitting that I was wrong. And watching these individuals in media use race as a way to get people hyped up and sensitive and this and that, all because they want to get access to the to the White House so they can have access to the best stock plays. It's the most insane shit I've ever seen. You know what I mean? So, but I also saw another video today that made me just say, damn, I really wish he had real woke people in there, because I'm gonna just tell you like this. I saw Charlie, I forget his name, but basically he's basically in a room with 20 people who he claims to be as woke. Okay, and I'm gonna just be straight up with y'all, as honest as I possibly can, because like I said, I like to keep it G. Basically, he was in this room with 20 people that he says are woke, and the people that he had in there was a bunch of white guys, a bunch of white girls, like 2 black dudes. And the girl came in there talking. She's like, she's doing the whole I'm speaking. She like challenging him and shit. They talking about abortion. They talking about all the issues that we talk about. And one of the girls went in there and said, well, I'm a Catholic. And I'm like, there's no way you could be woke. There's no way. Because like I always will tell y'all, I am OG woke. Okay? And some of y'all don't know what I mean by that. I'm gonna just tell you right now. When the word woke came about, it is because there were black people in the black community that was just tired of religion. We were tired of religion. Like, we were just tired of religion and what it's doing to our communities, and what these pastors would do, what the deacons would do. We got tired of people getting sexually harassed in churches. We got tired of people claiming that this and that was going to happen in the church and stuff like that. And some people like myself, I even came from a church background. So what woke really means is that you're basically stepping outside of the norm, which is basically you grew up in the black community, you grew up in the church, everybody, you should know to go to church and da 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 da. And, you know, overall, and at the end of the day, I became an atheist. I just was like, you know what? I don't believe anything because I've done my due diligence. I've seen the history that's out there, you know, across the world. I understand what is happening. You know, some people say, but Israel is the real black this and that, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but it's still a fairy tale to me. You know what I mean? To me, you know what I mean? So that's when I became officially, you know, an atheist, if you will. And I know some people hear that and be like, oh my gosh, he's an atheist, oh my gosh. So white guys, don't feel like you're the only otherisms out there. I'm one of them too. I dare to be different, okay? And that's the one thing about me is I dare to be different. Now, that doesn't mean that I should ignore Christians or just, you know, ignore, you know, Catholics or anything like that. It's just basically saying I don't succumb to the belief system that was presented to me. That's basically what woke originally meant. And then what was happening was a civil war between the black Christians and black atheists. This was happening around the George Floyd situation, okay? And what was happening is what black Christians I ain't talking about white Christians, I'm talking about black Christians. What the black Christians would do is basically try to mock us. So they would go to these protests and they would wear woke shirts and then push religion and this and that, you know, Christianity and stuff like that. They would push that, and guess who was there at the same time at these protests? You guessed it, MSNBC, CNN, all these, the liberal media was there thinking, oh, woke means this and that. And then you got a few other people with gay pride flags and shit like that. So they're mixing up and confusing the message of the black atheists. The black atheist was more like, look, I'm woke because I don't succumb to your religious standards. And now when you see what people say what woke means, it means a gay person. It means a woman that's, you know, always upset, or, you know, some shit like that. Like, it's the craziest shit because liberal media took a definition that they saw at protests that was already a false equivalency. They took that and decided to make it their own. And now everybody thinks woke means, you know, yeah, we're down to crush the white man. No, we're just basically saying we don't succumb to religious standards that everybody is privy to. We don't believe in, you know, whatever the Muslims believe. We don't believe in nothing that Christians believe. We don't believe in nothing Catholics believe. We don't believe in nothing that, you know, the Israelites believe. We don't believe in even all the 6,000 of these motherfuckers that's out here. We don't believe none of that. So that's where originally woke came from. And now everybody's mixing it up and saying, oh yeah, you know, look at this now, this DEI hire. And listen, y'all have to understand, Nancy Pelosi, okay, she wore kente cloths, okay, kente cloths to try to be down with us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, she wore these cloths and made everybody in her party wear the cloths to make it seem like they were down with us. Whole time they were just pandering to get access to the White House. The moment they got access to the White House, they started making all the best stock plays. Like, how the fuck you know when to sell NVIDIA? How the fuck do you know when to, like, buy this military stock? How do you, and then sell when it's time to go? Like, you are doing this on purpose. And soon as Kamala came out running for president, here comes Nancy Pelosi, you know, doing what she do best, and now Kamala is the next thing. Kamala is the next one. And the crazy part is, Kamala literally got debunked by Tulsi Gabbard. Oh yeah, you locking people up for smoking weed, and oh, with the swipe of my pen I could do this and that, but when it come to you claiming you smoke weed listening to Tupac. So you know what, like I said, you can't sit here and finesse us anymore. We're not falling for your shit anymore. That's just a fact. So when people like myself who succumb to their race baiting everywhere, and that's what they doing. Like, they do that to get to your sensitive nature. They do that to get to your sensitive consciousness. Okay, they're doing that so that way they could, convince you to go vote for them. See, that party is going to be racist to you because of XYZ. Whole time, like, you look at policy, they were fucking helping black Americans, white Americans, Asian Americans, citizens. You understand? This is why, many people are voting for Trump now. They're not caring what Kamala's saying. Every time Kamala speaks, it's all word salad. It's all word salad, and nobody's falling for that shit anymore. That's just the facts. And then when you debate these people that come at you like, oh, why are you voting for Trump? I literally don't. They type paragraphs. They do all that shit. I just post a chart, and I showed them. I said, look right here. Trump was literally saving your life in 2016 through whatever, and then the pandemic happened. Thanks, Bill Gates. Anyways, but that's just my thoughts. I just was like, I don't agree with what everybody's perception of woke means. I see these individuals saying, oh, this, I see Twitter handles that say end wokeness, and it's like, y'all talking about me and what I'm talking about, not realizing you're talking about liberal media who's they're finessing everybody, they're tricking everybody just to get into the White House so they can have the best stock plays and make money and profit. And that's what they're doing. Yeah, like, and that's why I say these Kamala Harris supporters, you're either uninformed about what I just said, or you're just protest voting, or you're symbolically voting for the sister that got a hint of a shade, and y'all that's what y'all going by. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It really is. And so at this point, we're not looking for what race is matching with this. We're looking for intelligent individuals that actually can have a conversation, that actually can, understand, like, hey, it's deeper than your skin color. This is what we're actually trying to achieve. When it comes to wokeness, like OG woke, you could, like, the first woke movie. You want to know the first woke movie I seen? I'm gonna tell you what the first woke movie I seen. It was called Zeitgeist. Okay, they were basically making people aware. Hey, these religions, they all kind of are the same. So when you look at the one that you grew up with and you're privy to, you're like, wait a minute, this was written in American English, and it kind of is similar to other religions. And they're all basically telling a story. This was their form of entertainment. You have to understand that. Now, mind you, yes, you can learn from some of these, these scriptures and things like that. But some of the scripture was rewritten and remixed to fit the current agenda of those times of, 400 years ago when there was slavery and shit like that. It was meant to divide in a sense, right? So yeah, there were some that had great messages, but then you had some of those scriptures that was basically saying, hey, we're just trying to show you how to tame a slave. And keep in mind, people in Kemet in Egypt had slaves. You do realize that, just so y'all know. This is what ultimately made me into an atheist. I just say, you know what, I'm just not going to succumb to any of that shit and just be me and be free. And so that's why I'm glad I'm living in America. I can speak my piece. I can say what I want to say, and stand on it. If you think you're the otherisms, white men in America, you're not the otherisms. I'm literally the dark horse. I'm the black sheep of my family. You understand? Like, because I've had these views, these understandings, and you don't have to feel like you're by yourself and nobody's fighting for you. I'm fighting for everybody. I'm fighting for everybody to be more intelligent. Black men, white men, black women, white women, Asians, Hispanic, Latino, Filipino, whoever wants to be in this country and understand what's really going on. I'm fighting for you. You know what I mean? And I'm fighting for the apes. And the apes is a mixed breed of everybody. White, black, Spanish, everybody, Asian, everybody is buying the stock, and they're all people equal. And that's the best part about being an ape, is that it's not just one race of people. It's just a bunch of investors from all over the world that's understanding what we're doing. And so, again, shout out to Maddie. Check out his page, people. Subscribe to his channel. He is a very, very awesome guy. And, you know, he makes great points. You know what I mean? Like, you got to listen to him. I love it. I love intelligence. Intelligence is amazing. You know, so if you're out there and you're speaking your mind, use your YouTube, people. Speak your mind, because the media is going to lie to you. Media is always lying to you. They're always trying to trigger you. You see these MSNBC folks, and all they do is bring up race. That's all they bring up. They bring up, oh, if you see his tweets and this and that, like, they want to distract you from what his policies are. That's all they're doing, is trying to distract you. So don't fall for that shit. Just, you know, relax. We're gonna keep going through this shit for the next 40 something days. Just go through it, deal with it, and if you're a new Trump supporter like myself, listen, all you have to do, right, if you want this economy to be fixed and you want inflation stopped, you vote for Trump, turn off the media. That's all you gotta do, because they're gonna come and blame Trump for everything, and you have to be prepared for that. They're gonna blame him for everything. So no evidence, no proof, just assumptions. And then people take those opinions and then they debate people that got charts, and they lose debates and become emotional. You just watch it unfold. If you haven't gone through that already, just be ready. But as far as this family right here, bro, we're trying to keep America America. That's it. You don't like it? Hey, it is what it is. Like, how can you sit here and vote for someone who is purposely running from margin calls, helping people run from margin calls? Then you got someone that's, you know, saying, hey, I want to stop this and that so you get more money in your pocket, and that way you can continue to be whatever you're trying to be. Because if you let that person in, you're not going to continue to be what you're trying to be. You're going to be broke as fuck. You're going to be mad as fuck, and you're going to regret it. And all we gonna say is, I told you. Now you're dealing with high prices and you still blaming Trump because you listening to Rachel Maddow, who told everybody about Russia for 4 years, and none of that shit was shaking. So just know the truth, people. Just know the truth. Do your own due diligence. Research. I speak like this because I've done my research. I see the results. I see who they're trying to, manipulate. And it's all black women they're trying to manipulate because they feel like black women going to come and vote in droves. But even you can't even convince Oprah. Oprah's looking at Kamala like, And I know that sound. That means, she don't believe you. She don't believe you. That's what that sound is. Take it from me, someone in the black community. When Oprah made that sound, she didn't believe Kamala. Kamala just all word salad, dreams, hopes, passions. Okay, how you gonna fix the border? How you gonna stop all of that shit from going down? And you can do it right now, but she not doing it right now. Yo, and that's all I got to say, man. Y'all have a good day. I just wanted to come and say that. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to everybody else that's checking out my channel. Shout out to you that's checking out this video. So click and subscribe if you want to hear more. Peace.